Hey everybody, I'm starting this project off with this wooden snowman that I got from my local Goodwill for $1, and I decided to give this little guy a makeover. So I'm starting off by using this Waverly chalk paint in the color Plaster, and I just applied 2 coats for fuller coverage, and you just want to make sure that you dry each coat in between. And after that final coat is applied, you just want to allow that to completely dry. So now using a small craft stick or popsicle stick, I'm just cutting this right up into a tiny triangle, and this is going to be the snowman's nose. So once I have that cut out, I'm just using some acrylic paint in the color Terracotta. This only took 1 coat, and you just want to allow that to completely dry. I then just hot glued his little nose, and for his eyes and his mouth, I'm just using some black paste, and I'm just using a really fine paintbrush to create his eyes and mouth. And look at how cute he's coming out. So I wanted this snowman to look a little bit weathered, so I am just going around the edges of him with some brown acrylic paint, and I'm just lightly applying that brown paint all around the edges. So now I want to just give him a little pouch on the front, so I'm just cutting down a piece of this plaid fabric, and I'm actually hot gluing the edges down just so it has a smoother look to it. And I just did this to all 4 sides. And once that was complete, I then hot glued the little pouch right into the center of the snowman's belly, and I just did the 3 sides, leaving the top without any hot glue. So now we're able to fill him up with some decor. So I got this garland ties from Dollar Tree, along with just some red berries and this little pine cone that I just put right into that little pouch. And I think this looks so adorable. And for his scarf, I just cut up this buffalo check fabric, and I actually soaked it in some coffee just to make the fabric look a little bit more weathered. And then I just hot glued the fabric right around the neck of the snowman. And now using this tag sign that I got from Dollar Tree, I'm going to be showing you how to do a buffalo check technique. So first you want to start off with the base coat. So for this, I'm using just white, and I did apply 2 coats, and then you just want to allow that to completely dry. And then you want to grab some blue painter's tape. You could also get this from Dollar Tree. You want to place the first piece of tape right into the center, and then I use some more painter's tape along the sides of the first one I applied to act as a spacer, so that way you know your tape is applied evenly. And once the sign is completely covered, you want to just take off those spacer pieces, and you want to use a lighter color. So for this, I'm using just some gray acrylic paint and covering up all those spaces that do not have any painter's tape down. And then you want to just peel that painter's tape right up, and then allow that coat to completely dry. And now we're going to be doing the same thing with the blue painter's tape, except this time we're going to be doing it horizontally. So again, you're going to want to start off with the first piece in the center. Use those spacers again, just because it will really help you space out those pieces to make sure that you have nice, even lines. And once that tape is applied, you want to just take off those spacers and then go back in with that gray acrylic paint that you used previously. And again, you want to allow this to completely dry. And for this step, you do not want to take this painter's tape off. You could see where the white is still kind of showing. Now you want to go back over the sign where you could still see the white peeking through with some more of that painter's tape. And just try to overlap the painter's tape on that section as best as you can. And now you just want to go over this with the darkest paint that you choose. So I'm using just some black acrylic paint. And I'm just going over the little squares that do not have any of that blue painter's tape put down. And go ahead and just peel that tape right up. And this is the best part, when you see the final finish. It looks so awesome. So now I'm going to be using some of this adhesive glue. You could also use E6000 for this part. That is what I'm using to adhere the snowman right onto the tag sign. And I just put something heavy on top of it and let that dry for about 20 to 30 minutes. So now I got these wooden letters from Dollar Tree, and I just spelled out the words, "Let it snow." And I'm just using this shabby chic chalk paint in the color Nautical Red. And I just gave these letters one coat and then just allow those to completely dry. And now I'm just hot gluing these right at the top of the tag sign. And look at how adorable this is coming out. And now to be able to hang this sign, I decided to make a beaded hanger, and I'm actually going to be coloring these first. So a good tip is to fill a Ziploc bag with the acrylic paint of your choice, spray some water inside, place the beads inside and just give it a nice shake, and then pour it out and let those completely dry. And then I just put the beads right onto some jute string and hot glued it on the back of the sign. And look at how fun this was. I absolutely loved creating it. I hope this inspired you to create your own. If it did, please be sure to sprinkle the love. Thank you so much, and have a good rest of your day. Thanks. Bye.